痒不痒啊？
痒。
Sound of soft rustling, distant chirping of insects. A low, tense melody begins to play. The beginning of the story. A whisper in the dark, a fragile moment under the canvas of a tent. There are secrets exchanged here, desires tangled with something less pure. A hand reaches out, not entirely welcome, but not entirely refused either. The air is thick with unspoken tension, a prelude to something unsettling. This isn't just intimacy, it's a delicate dance on the edge of consent, a power dynamic subtly shifting with every breath. The shadows play tricks, obscuring intentions, leaving only the raw, vulnerable humanity exposed. It's a scene that hints at deeper complexities, a relationship perhaps already fractured, or one about to be irrevocably broken. The soft glow from a phone illuminates faces, revealing fleeting expressions of apprehension and a strange, almost desperate longing. The world outside the tent is silent, oblivious to the quiet drama unfolding within, a drama that will soon spill out into the unforgiving wilderness. On this remote, uninhabited desert island, a nightmare was already in motion. A figure, grotesque and terrifying, his head swathed in gauze, moved with a chilling purpose. This was no ordinary man, this was a harbinger of death, a silent predator lurking in the dense foliage. The air grew heavy with the scent of fear and impending doom. A couple, lost in their own world, stumbled into his path. Their laughter, their innocent joy, was abruptly silenced by the brutal roar of a chainsaw. The attack was swift, merciless, a horrifying tableau of violence. The gauze-wrapped man, a creature of pure, unadulterated savagery, carved through flesh and bone with a chilling efficiency. Their desperate cries echoed. September 9, 1999. Three couples, full of life and anticipation, landed on this very same desert island. They came to celebrate, to escape the mundane, to forge memories in the heart of nature. The sun was bright, the ocean sparkled, and the promise of adventure hung heavy in the air. Their faces were alight with joy, oblivious to the dark history etched into the island's soil. As they disembarked, a sense of freedom enveloped them, a feeling of being truly disconnected from the world. One of them, perhaps the most pragmatic, took charge. "All cell phones will be kept by me," he declared, gathering their devices and tucking them away in a hollow tree. A symbolic gesture, meant to ensure an uninterrupted experience, a complete immersion in their island getaway. Little did they know, this act of disconnecting would soon become a terrifying vulnerability. The day unfolded with idyllic beauty, filled with exploration, laughter, and the simple pleasures of companionship. They set up their tents, built a campfire, and watched the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and purple. The island, for now, was a paradise, a sanctuary from the stresses of modern life. But as dusk deepened, and the stars began to pepper the vast expanse above, an unseen menace stirred, patiently waiting for its moment to strike. As night descended, a chill crept into the air, carrying with it a subtle shift in the island's atmosphere. The couples retreated to the warmth of their tents, the day's excitement giving way to the quiet intimacy of the night. But their peace was short-lived. A sudden commotion broke the silence, a confrontation. Another group, led by a man named Wong, emerged from the darkness. Their faces were grim, their demeanor agitated. They were searching, desperately, for a missing companion. Accusations hung heavy in the air, suspicion clouding their judge. Deep within the island's shadowed heart, a different kind of drama unfolded. Two men from Wong's group, known as Skinny Monkey and Tattooed Man, had ventured too far, straying into the territory of the island's true inhabitants. They were ambushed, not by a wild animal, but by a figure of tragic menace, the Fool, the mentally disabled son of the Gauze-Wrapped killer. The attack was clumsy, desperate, born of instinct rather than malice. The Fool, injured in the scuffle, returned to his crude residence, a place of shadows and despair. There, the Gauze-Wrapped man, his face a mask of paternal concern, hurriedly bandaged his son's wounds. But beneath the tenderness, a dark resolve hardened in his eyes. This was his son, his only kin, and anyone who dared to harm him would pay a terrible price. A silent vow of revenge was made, a promise whispered into the desolate night. The killer's rage, simmering beneath the surface, was now ignited, fueled by a fierce, protective love. The island, already a hunting ground, was about to become a slaughterhouse. The stage was set for a brutal escalation, a confrontation between the unsuspecting visitors and the island's monstrous guardians. The following day, a sense of urgency propelled Wong's group. Their missing friend, the Skinny Monkey, was nowhere to be found. A search party was organized, their calls echoing through the dense forest, growing increasingly desperate. But they were not the hunters, they were the hunted. The Gauze-Wrapped man, driven by his vow of revenge, lay in wait. The ambush was swift and brutal. The tattooed man, separated from his companions, found himself face to face with the island's terror. There was no escape, no mercy. The chilling roar of the chainsaw filled the air once more, a sound that would forever haunt the island. The gauze-wrapped man, a silent, relentless force, brought the saw down with horrifying precision. The screams were cut short, replaced by the sickening sounds of